Welcome to Smosh Mouth. I'm Shayne.
And I'm Amanda. And we have a very important episode today. We have a lot of guests.
We put out a call to all of our coworkers here at Smosh, asking them if they have problems to come to us, and we'll solve it in roughly 5 minutes.
Roughly.
And we got a lot of responses. A lot of people have a lot of problems here. So we're going to solve all the problems here at Smosh.
Yeah, we're going to solve it, and they're going to be just fine after they leave.
Everyone's going to be so happy after this episode of Smosh Mouth.
Because we are problem solvers.
Yeah, we're the two most equipped people at Smosh.
And we have no problems whatsoever.
Exactly. No,
Right?
we're smart, we're intelligent, we're wise.
Hot.
We can solve your problems. We're freaking hot, dude.
We're hot people who solve your problems. Get in here.
Yeah, come on. We've seen the list. There's a lot of people. We're going to try to get to all of them.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
We can't leave someone behind.
No.
That'd be god.
Do not leave
awful.
soldiers behind.
No.
Just like you leave me behind in FNAF. You disassociate so hard.
Dude, I don't know if Sister Location is out yet as of this episode airing, but we've done it all.
We've done all of FNAF.
How crazy. How do you feel?
I feel really, really good. I think that I need to know the lore.
Look, I need our audience to help us. We need to get Matt Pat on this show.
We need to get Matt Pat.
We need to get him on here to.
How can we get Matt Pat?
I mean, he's off the grid now.
Okay.
He retired. He literally after we did that episode, I'm not kidding. It was like within weeks that he retired. He announced his retirement from being a game theorist. So
I'll send him a letter.
Okay. That'll get him.
Yeah. In cursive.
Yeah. He only can read in cursive. If you type it out, he does not.
He does not understand it.
Yeah.
I'm super excited today because we have so many people coming on. We only have 5 minutes. I can't wait to hear what they say, and I hope that we can solve their problems. I'm pretty sure we can.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to be serious about solving these problems. It's not a joke.
I'm a very serious person.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah.
I never joke.
No.
Never joke.
You do fart a lot, but you never joke.
What the hell are you talking about?
I've literally heard you fart so many times.
Guys.
Once the camera goes off.
This is actually a lie.
No.
This is actually not
Hear me
true
out.
at all.
Once the camera goes off, you rip one.
I do not.
And it is horrendous.
What are you talking about?
A lot of people don't stay in this room, and you know why? Because you rip
The only person who leaves this room is Brennan. All right?
Yeah, because he doesn't want to get hurt or sick.
Okay, actually, real talk. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone fart here at this workplace.
What?
I don't think I've ever heard anyone fart.
I really hope that someone has a problem that they consistently fart and no one has heard it and they feel
Look, I know people fart, but I think people at Smosh are very silent. I've never heard because if I did,
what would you do? You call them out?
No, I would laugh.
You just fart?
It'd be hard for me not to laugh if we're all sitting there working on our computers and then you just hear like I'd lose it. I think everyone else would too.
I think so too. But they have those big headphones on all the time.
That's true. You probably could get away with it.
You could. People are probably.
I would make sure I'd go over to
the
editing bay where they all have those huge headphones on. They're working.
They won't know.
They
don't know.
Well, they'll know after. They'll know.
Oh, they'll know.
They'll eventually know.
Yeah. God, it's not a Smosh Mouth episode unless we talk about farts, which is a great thing. I watched this Instagram.
Oh.
Shut up. I watched this Instagram of two old people who filmed themselves going on dinner fart walks. Here's the thing. My Discover page is really cool.
Okay.
So there are these two older people who film themselves going on after dinner fart walks. And they just describe how it's so healthy, how it's so great. They're like, we're going on an after dinner fart walk.
Are they British?
I think so. Or maybe I just made them British because it sounds better.
Nancy and I like to go on our fart walks after.
I'll send it to you.
Going for a fart walk after dinner is something that's going to help you age wonderfully.
That actually is pretty incredible.
So should we have our first?
Let's get him in here.
Okay. Marcus.
Get
your butt in here.
Marcus, let's hear your problem.
Should we clap?
Yeah, let's clap. Should we clap?
Should we clap? I feel like we should clap. We've never had this, like, group of people coming on.
This is different. Okay, Marcus, welcome.
Hi, Shayne. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Marcus.
It's so good to see you both.
Good to see you
Good
too.
to see you too.
What is your problem today?
Okay, so my problem for you both to help me solve is that recently I have started snoring.
Snoring.
I have started snoring, yes.
Okay.
And I am not a snorer. I've been with my girlfriend for 10 years, and just recently, like maybe a month or two ago, I started snoring, and it wasn't like a cute little snore. It's like honk shoe, like big, keeping her up at night snore.
Oh, no.
And I feel so terrible. I'm like ashamed, I'm embarrassed because I'm like, I don't want you to lose sleep over me snoring. Like, this is new. I want to figure this out.
So is she really, really upset with you?
No, she is lovely. She's a sweetheart. She's the kindest person.
Okay.
But she wanted to let me know because it also could be like a health thing too, right? Sometimes, I guess.
You guys are so sweet. If my husband started snoring, I'd be like, you need to go.
Get out.
I'm like, do I sleep on the couch? Like,
Okay,
what do I do?
did you change how you're sleeping in any sort of way?
I'm trying to. I have some audio to play for you all.
Do you have your snores?
I have my snores. So I knew
let's hear it.
I knew this was going to be happening, and I was like, okay. I told her, I was like, can you please at some point this week try to catch me snoring, so we can hear it back live. And I fell asleep on the couch the other night, and she ran over and got her phone and started recording me. So there's like 15 seconds of me snoring.
Okay.
What?
If y'all would like to hear me snore.
Of course we would.
Okay.
We have to understand
Yes.
what we're working with.
Okay. And I'm so embarrassed by this, but this is me snoring caught in the moment here.
Shut up.
I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was.
up.
There's more snoring.
Okay,
There's more snoring.
Keep
Hold on.
going.
I'm sorry. Wow.
Keep going.
I
Going.
didn't realize. I guess I should have listened
God,
back to this
goodness
before.
gracious.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Oh my God. Well,
Marcus.
that's all. That was the whole thing. I don't know what that was.
Okay.
Okay, but for real, I've been snoring. Okay.
Okay, maybe the farts were added in post.
That was a post. I did it in post.
But the snore, are those snores real?
The snoring was real, or it was fake. Sorry, it was fake. But my problem is real.
Okay,
I
but your snore, that is a recreation.
That was
I love that you just immediately admitted it.
That's I gotta come clean. I gotta come clean.
No, that's real.
I can't. There's no secret.
I was gonna say, because that snore is deadly. Like, that is gonna end a relationship snore.
But that's what it is.
That is the level of your snore.
That is the level of snoring. Yes.
Aren't there things like tape or something that you can put on your nose or something? Like, have you tried any of that stuff?
Not yet, but I've been looking into that, and I know that's a thing.
Okay, so first of all, let me just ask.
Yeah.
Is this a make it or break it for you and your partner?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Then maybe the problem is she needs to get over it.
Shayne, you can go.
Whoa.
Shayne, you can go.
Shayne told me.
No. Listen, this is why Shayne has me. Don't listen to that.
Great.
Look, we're running on not much time here. You could also duct tape your mouth.
No, hear me out. Okay, do they still sell Breathe Right strips?
I think so. I've seen.
I think maybe like you're sick, or
like my sinus.
maybe your sinus is congested.
How long has this been going on for?
Like a month.
A month.
Like,
Oh,
just started. It's super new, but I'm so And that for like snoring, I just like I'm terrified that I don't want to keep anybody up at night.
Do you sleep on your back?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you out right now. We're going to get you a pregnancy pillow. We're going to get you a long pillow that looks like a snake so you can wrap your whole body around it so you are forced to sleep on your side.
Okay.
Because when you sleep on your back, it triggers snores.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it triggers snores. Exactly.
Yeah,
and that's what
okay.
you look like when you sleep. So if you have a big old pregnancy pillow that you can snuggle, it might relieve some of your snoring.
That sounds lovely.
Also, possibly taking Mucinex for a week. Maybe you have some like clogged up stuff.
I think, it's feeling like maybe it's up here and maybe not like a whole thing.
We need to get the help of Osmosis Joe.
Or you can
The rescue.
just take Shayne's advice.
Yeah, take my
Just tell your
horrible
partner
advice.
to f***ing deal with it.
Oh my gosh.
Don't do that.
Okay, great. Hey.
Okay.
I've thank you both.
You're so welcome.
welcome,
I want to hear back
Yes.
after you implement this.
Happy to follow up.
And also,
pregnancy pillow.
Yeah, you're farting in your sleep. Just good luck with that.
What?
That's good. Go for walks after dinner.
I'll send you the video.
Probably not too far from the truth of what that recording was. So.
Okay. Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you,
very much.
Marcus.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck to you.
Thank you. All right, our next client is walking in now.
Oh my God.
Oh dear.
She's shivering from the cold.
Okay.
She's wrapped in a yellow blanket.
We have Erin Dougal here.
Erin Dougal. Hi, Erin.
Hi.
She is opening up some pineapple juice. 100% pineapple juice.
This is to make my coochie taste more juicy.
Oh my God.
You can cut that. You can cut that.
That's not a problem.
We're not going to cut that. That's insane. If you say something insane here, we're going to keep it in.
That's not a problem. That's just Erin.
Thank you.
So what's going on?
I have BV. No, I'm kidding.
Dare I ask, what the is BV?
You don't know what BV is?
No. Breast.
BV is bacterial vaginosis. This is not
We
why
got to
I'm
get
here.
Osmosis Jones again.
Take some Mucinex, babe. Shove some Mucinex up there and you'll be set in a week.
That is not why I'm here today.
Okay.
I am here today because I don't know if you guys have noticed or ever talked to me, but a lot of dumb things keep happening to me, specifically this month. So I just like want to know how I can stop being so dumb, how I can stop the dumb things from happening to me.
Give us a rundown of a few things that were dumb that happened to you.
So I did make a list of everything bad that happened to me this month.
Whoa.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
I'm aware of some of them.
Yes. Okay, so the first thing was my TikTok got hacked and was being held for ransom. So that was...
What was the ransom at?
I didn't ask. Ian told me not to ask.
Yeah, no.
So I didn't...
Probably smart.
do not negotiate with
No,
terrorists.
I did not. They did have guns in their profile pics, so I was like, you can have it. You can just have my TikTok. So that was the first thing. Then I accidentally dyed my roots blue, if you remember that.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
And then my car was confiscated by the police because I had expired registration and an out-of-state license, then it was also expired, so they took it.
Okay.
Yeah, I do know that. So you, yeah. So,
And you don't negotiate with terrorists.
Right,
so-
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
do you have your car back?
I did. Ian and Anthony took me to get it back.
Whoa, and the cops
yeah.
were like, whoa, Smosh!
Yeah, they're like, it's Smosh, you can just have it.
You're back together.
Whoa!
And they just gave it to me back, so shout out to
Have your
them.
car.
Sergeant A News.
I get that. Okay.
Okay, also, I had my period for 3 months straight because I had a cyst on my ovaries, so that was really fun. I was super hormonal and just felt ugly for like 3 months. It's gone now. It's
Wait,
gone.
that's horrendous.
Yeah, just girly things.
Cysts on ovaries are very, very common, and
They are.
women do not talk about it enough.
And that is why I'm here.
Okay, I'll kick Shayne out for the next episode, and we'll talk about it.
For 3 months. It's
3 months,
yes.
horrendous.
Yes. Oh, and then my therapist broke up with me. Then I went on a date with a guy who, after the first date, he texted me and he just wanted to like brand collab. Like he just wanted me to post his, he has this hat that says Slay and it's in the LA Dodgers font and he wanted me to post it because he wanted me to promote it. And then my last thing was like, I just shower like once a week now.
Why?
Those are my problems.
I think with the cysts part, we should be showering a little bit more.
I don't know how showers are going to affect.
The cyst is gone.
Just kidding.
The cyst is
I don't know how
gone.
that'll affect it.
Okay, Erin.
But you're presenting problems. Do you think the showering once a week is a problem, or
Well, for others, yeah, probably.
okay?
I showered today, though, because I knew I'd be sitting with you guys.
You look beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, that is a lot going on in 1 month.
Yes.
So a couple of those are already solved because
Yes.
Daddy, Ian, and Anthony got your
Yes.
car
You have
back.
the
They
car
got the
back.
car
You have the
back.
TikTok back.
I got the TikTok
You're
back.
feeling better.
You got rid of your cyst, which is that's.
That's
I think we
massive.
need to unpack that
Yeah.
later.
So
Right.
what is the remaining problems? Because it sounds like you've solved a lot
The
of problems.
therapist broke up with
The
you.
therapist broke up with you. That sucks.
Yeah, I did fix my hair, too. I guess I resolved my problems. I'm just, how do I prevent them?
How do you prevent?
How do I prevent bad things from happening to me?
I guess I would say you can't prevent all problems. I mean,
Those are big ones.
those
though.
are big.
Maybe telling more people about what's going on so you have more support so you don't feel like overwhelmed and you're alone. Like when your car was gone, do you know what I mean? Like maybe more support.
Right. I did just stand on the side of PCH alone for a few hours.
Yeah. I think telling more people, like I would have loved to talk about everything that's going on with you and like your sis, that is so scary.
Thank you.
She doesn't like to get deep. She didn't like to get deep.
The only problem that I foresaw possibly happening is something to do with a guy that you're dating. And I would say just whenever you match with a guy, just before you even say anything, ask anyone.
Okay.
If like ask Mallory
Yes.
Is
or
this a good?
don't ask me.
Oh, show me.
Is this
I am not going to be able to help.
I don't know. He took a picture in a stairway and I can't even see his face. So I'm not sure.
See, I think, Erin, this will help.
I think, let's make sure we're on the same page about slowly walking people. So that's not a complete sentence. I think maybe.
Well, he's
maybe
from
we just
Berlin.
stay
He's from
away.
Berlin.
Okay. Yeah, I think grow your community and have us check in and see if it's like, maybe that's not the right dye for your hair and that's not the right guy. And we will help you because things work better with a tribe.
I think, and also all I can say is be proud of yourself. You've overcome a lot.
You've overcome
Thank
a
you.
lot and
Yeah.
you look
Thank
gorgeous.
you. Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. This was helpful.
And perhaps
Thank you.
you pissed off some sort of ancient god. And that.
That's fair. All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers, babe.
Cheers.
Good luck
you.
with the pineapple. Thank you. Wow. Woo!
Erin lives a sitcom life.
Right off the gate.
Okay, next client.
Lizzie! Client?
Yeah, that we're helping.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, we're for free. It's all
Right.
pro bono.
Right. Hi, Lizzie.
Hi.
You look beautiful today.
Oh, thank you.
So, what's going on today?
So it's kind of a constant problem I have is I'm afraid of confrontation.
Okay.
And I know I watch every video, obviously. That is part of my job. But I feel like Shayne and I relate here because you don't like to talk to strangers. You don't like confrontation. I'm exactly the same way. So I feel like I need to learn from
I enjoy confrontation. Someone told me on an airplane once that I should go first to push past through the people because she was like, "You seem confrontational," and I was like,
I would never do that.
Hey, you seem like a huge bastard.
"Okay,
It's the confidence, I think.
yeah." So it is. So wait. So do you want to get better at confrontation because it's necessary in order to like set boundaries?
Yeah, and just to say how I feel. Sometimes I don't really talk about how I'm feeling in issues or situations because I'm just like, oh, I'll just sit here and stew in my issues and not say anything ever, and I'll be fine. And it'll be fine.
That's so for me, it took me a long time to do that. Then I realized that resentment building because I didn't say anything was way worse feeling than actually saying. The biggest thing that I learned about confrontation is such like an aggressive word.
Yeah.
I would see it more as shine the light on yourself and be like, I am hoping for. I felt hurt in this scenario rather than being like, you hurt me.
Yeah.
You didn't do this. You don't respect me.
Yeah.
Always shine the light on yourself. And in a way, weirdly, you can't control how people will respond, but people will react in a way if you're shining the light on yourself. And if it's a relationship that's going to work out, because you might confront or talk to people and then you're like, I don't think this relationship's going to go anywhere. I need to add in a third person to kind of be the middleman. But I always find that it gets easier the more you do it. So shine the light on yourself. Like, it hurts me when you do this.
Yeah.
I really need a little bit of time, or I need this quiet time, or I need alone time here.
Would you bring it up right in the moment? Or what if, because sometimes when something happens, I'm just like, oh.
No.
Are you talking about just specifically with strangers or even with?
No, even with people I'm close to, very close to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bring it up right
I'm
in the
too much of a
moment.
Libra, you know? It's like I want everything to be balanced and like everyone just like
Yeah, my husband's a
relax.
Libra. He's a triple Libra. I understand. So sometimes I like will go to bat for him, but that's not always good either because he needs to express himself. I would say not in the moment. I would say wait until things have calmed down for a second because in the moment that person might not be able to hear what you're saying. What do you think, Shayne?
I think also when we think of confrontation, we think of like the people we know who are good at confrontation or just who are like I don't know, it's like the East Coast vibe. It's just like, but you think confrontation has to be that way. You're allowed to confront people in your own way.
Correct.
Right? Like, and it's going to look different than anyone else. But it's just, and I think calling it confrontation makes it scary, but it could just be like, oh, I'm just going to communicate with them.
Yeah.
Let them know
Communicating
something.
hard things.
Yeah.
Yes, which unfortunately we have to do.
Yeah.
Because it hurts us more when we don't.
Yeah.
And you are not a bad person for communicating hard things. Everybody has hard things. Not everyone communicates it. But it makes it worse for that person. They're just hurting themselves more. And I promise you, it does get easier when you do it. But sometimes it's harder scenarios than others. But I also what I do too, if it's a really hard thing that I have to kind of communicate, I reach out to like the 3 to 4 people that I trust that know me, and I run it through them first. I'm like, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
I try to get their advice, but I'm always shining a light on myself. This hurts me.
Yeah.
I need this.
I think it's also because I'm this way where I'll be sitting there. I'm like, okay, I need to talk to this person about this thing. And I'm just sitting there thinking it over and over. Like you're running the scenario in your head over and over again. Then you reach a certain point where you're like, well, the scenario is played out a million times and it keeps being the same.
What else could happen?
So I have to go and just do it. Yeah. And so I kind of reach this point where I'm there. I'm kind of like, I'll be standing near them. I'm kind of like just like looking around. And then I almost in my head, I'm like, go. And I just kind of, it's like when you jump in, it is jumping in a cold pool. You just you just go. And then like, I often start with a like, hey, so, and honestly, I do it so that I'm talking. Yeah. And now I can't.
Then it'll just come out.
Pull back.
Yeah.
I do that so that I force myself to.
That's the hardest part is starting it.
Just to start it.
Yeah.
And know that you might be bad at it for a while, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You're human beings, but the person, if they're clued in, they know what it's about.
And you know, to like muscle memory, just start flipping people off all the time.
Oh,
and then that way you're confronting on a constant basis.
That I can do.
Used to it. Yeah, just start doing that.
Oh yeah, great. I do it to the back of people's heads all the time. Shayne, every time he walks by me, I'm like,
and I know she does it when there's mirrors in front of me. Anyways, thank you. I hope
Thank you.
Good
That
luck.
helped a lot. Yeah.
Let us know how the confrontations go.
Okay.
yeah,
Thank you
or
guys
the
so
communicating.
much.
Yes.
Communication. Thank you guys.
You're welcome. Wow, this is fun.
This is really cool.
I feel like I need a blazer or like a jacket.
All right. Next up,
Whee!
Andre is here.
Andre.
Hello, guys.
Hello, Andre. How are you?
You have the moon card on your shirt,
I do.
and I love it.
Thank you. What does that mean?
It's the wolf and the dog. Which one are you going to respond to? It's like the call of the wild or like the domesticated home one, like your comfort zone and your uncomfortable zone. You're conscious, you're unconscious.
Yeah, I just like the graphic. I didn't know.
I just thought it looked sick.
Well, all right.
It was pretty cool.
So what's going on?
Well, I have a little creative writing for you guys. I am the DM for the Smosh Office D&D game. So there's currently like 10 of us. And I have like, let me set the stage for you guys, right?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So it takes place in Sigil, the city of doors. It is a plane of existence that is in the center of all the other planes of existence. So very often, like, people get teleported there by accident or people get banished there. So it's kind of like this junk zone for all planes of existence.
Got it.
And all the characters are teleported there at the same time, and they're tied to something called the Bestial Vortex. It's a portal that opens up and releases monsters. So they have to fight the monsters. The problem is I don't have like a big bad, you know, it's like a combat-oriented game, so they're just fighting monsters.
Okay.
So at the moment, I'm toying with the owner of the arena that they're fighting in. The Colosseum is going to be the big bad guy.
Ooh, so like one top villain.
Yes, the big bad of
That
the
you
whole
would
thing.
play.
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, I'm already thinking like Mad Max vibes. Like, what does this villain want over? Like, does he want control over this place?
That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking something like maybe he wants control of Sigil, who is run by like a demigod, but we won't get into that. But the reason I was thinking is like he's opening these portals that are bringing monsters into the arena, and he's making these people fight it. But like,
Why is he doing that?
And the portals are the doors.
The portals are the doors.
Got it. you could also have it be like a rogue door, like the door itself is a villain. Like one of the doors is not like all the other doors.
Yes.
Ooh, I kind of like that. Also, what if he just has like that sick kind of entertainment side? Like he loves to see them fight, but what if there's conflict where he has someone go through the portal and it's someone that he knows and it's from his past and he cares about that person, but he's already set it up so they had to fight. So he's like, the villain is now faced with conflict. So now that person is someone he cares about is now in this world of fighting.
Yes.
So it makes him another version of a villain too.
Yes, that could be like an NPC that I drop in. It could be like maybe like his estranged daughter or son or something.
Yes.
And like, oops, I brought all these monsters in and now my son is out there and like all the characters.
That he doesn't have a relationship really with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's trying to have a relationship with. But maybe there's a stepmother who's also the villain.
Hold on,
too.
let her cook. Let her cook.
The stepmother's like, I don't want to see that child in that arena ever again. And he now has like conflict with her. And now who's the bigger villain? Him? Or has it always been her? Anyways.
I'm tempted to not make the big bad a woman that comes in at the last second
Yeah.
instead of the guy who
I guess
owns
that's just my weird.
Oh, it's actually not the guy. It's
No.
a woman's fault.
It's not the
Way to
capitalist
go, Amanda.
guy.
Listen, that's just me wanting to play the woman. I mean,
You're welcome to come in and play the stepmother.
no, but I feel like that's. Does that help?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think that bringing like family members in and they could like even give hints like, oh, sure, all the characters, all the employees here at Smosh are going to be killing the monsters, but they obviously won't kill this like child or mother or something that comes in through the portal.
Right.
And then they can drop like hints at backstories like, hey, this guy isn't who you think he is. He's actually like bringing the monsters here for a nefarious purpose.
The villain.
The owner of the Colosseum.
So the people think that the owner is like, some of them think he's good.
Yeah. So he introduced himself in like the first session and he was like, hey guys, really sucks that you're here, but you guys are kind of like tied to this portal. And like, so he's like giving this like face that he's a good guy.
But he's bringing them in.
He's bringing them in and he's bringing the monsters too.
You also have all these portals, all these different realms. Is there a realm of like the bizarro evil versions of all the players?
Ooh, I love that.
Because also this is this is season 1, right? You know, you don't want to like go too big. Like
Right.
that's like a great like initial start of like because this is like still their character arcs are fresh. You want to like build them out, like see what's the opposite of them, have them overcome themselves.
Tease a version of them coming in and you're like, hello. And that's like the end of season 1.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And
And
so-
those versions think they're the heroes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like you guys are the villains. You're the villains.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Spider-Man thing.
Wait, I love that. And the villain just wants to control the place.
Yes.
And wants to like have sick entertainment for himself. Hell yeah.
I think that'll work.
This sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, it's a blast. Shayne, you made your character.
I've made my character. We have D&D, and I'm always like filming on the days of, and I'm like, I'm tired.
No, 100%.
But I want to go
100%.
so bad. I'm so excited for it.
Well, the next time you're available, you'll just jump in the game. You'll come through a portal. It'll be great.
Yeah, I made a little
great.
satyr who writes poems.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yes.
A bard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
I play D&D.
Holy
Look
shit.
at her go.
I hope that helps.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Sounds
you.
Amazing. Thank you. Wow, this is so fun. There's so many different things.
I know.
My brain is working.
Yeah, we solved everyone's problems except Erin's.
We're working on it. We're
working
gonna
on all that.
offline with Erin. We're working.
All
on it.
right.
All right.
We have our next client.
Nicole from
Nicole.
Press Like.
Woo!
Hi, Nicole.
Hey, I'm wearing my little teddy bear in honor of the NAF.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. How's it going?
Pretty good. I have an issue that I've been having, or I haven't been having. It's been a new thing. People have been saying that my voice sounds AI generated.
People have been saying your voice sounds AI generated.
Yeah. Do you think my voice sounds
What?
AI generated?
First of all,
No.
I don't see that totally as a negative thing. That sounds kind of hot to me, just a little bit.
Okay.
Because I feel like it sounds like futuristic, where it's like, hello, come join us in this little place. Like there's kind of a sexy characteristic to it.
Okay. Like,
But also it's your voice.
right? Yeah.
I would say I feel like you're very conscious of how you speak.
That's
I
very
feel
true.
like you're very careful. You're choosing your words. You're thinking as you're speaking, and so maybe some people take that as that way. I don't know.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I don't like it, but
I don't like it.
or I guess that's a good thing that I'm like, I just don't know about AI. I feel like I've had like lots of people say things about me, but AI generated voice is a very new concept. Also, I'm from Texas and all of my family has like thick Southern accents, but everyone says like I sound so Californian.
You don't, because you don't have a Southern accent.
Yeah.
What do they sound like?
They're like really Southern. like,
You've never had that accent.
I think I did, or I don't know. I think in trying to make my voice sound more feminine, like I kind of got rid of my accent, I guess.
That makes sense. A lot of people, but I know a lot of people, because even, Damien's from Georgia, and he lost his accent, I think, over time here.
Yeah.
He talks about sometimes when he sees his family, he like gets it back a little bit. I also think that's a normal thing. But
I lost my accent for sure. I didn't really have a super strong accent, but when I go home, it's very like up here, like Martha's Vineyard.
You
like,
step off the airplane, you're like, all right, you
I'm like, can fight me. And tell me, like, that's not a very pretty accent. So
I think it's cute. I think it's sexy.
Thank you.
So how many people have said this to you? Is this maybe just one jerk? Or
No, it's been a multiple people
Really?
have commented it, like multiple.
Okay, I have a thought.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
So this is comments on the Anthony Padilla channel.
Yes, on that.
Oh,
media.
okay.
All right. I think what that might be is that you aren't seen as often, right?
Yes.
So without
That's what it
seeing
is.
your face, I think this is more indicative of how AI voices on the internet are affecting our interpretation of things.
And they're trying to sound like people, like normal, regular people, everyday people. That's a good point.
I think this is more like our perception of stuff is getting messed up. An example I can think of is, when Courtney and I posted our photos, people
married?
People, there were a lot of people who were convinced that they were AI images. They were like, this looks AI, you can see this is AI.
Everyone
I'm like,
says
we're
that.
getting messed up now.
I think people are freaking out about AI and they're using any opportunity to be like, that's AI. It feels like a paranoid comment to me.
Yeah.
Rather than like a straight up dig. But also, if you don't like it, you have every right to be like, I do not sound like an AI voice. Here's my face.
I don't mind. I guess it's definitely better than being called slurs, I guess, in comments. Because I've gotten that. I get that
I can
too.
see that.
So I think it's like,
if you think about it.
like that's better.
Yeah, I can see that.
And also having been on Assumptions, you are also just very careful to make the questions heard and understandable for us. And I think in that process, like, I guess that's how people's interpretation. I think it's you being good at your job.
I do too.
Thank you.
And also, I think your voice cuts through a lot of other voices. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like your voice has like this strength and kind of like leadership voice.
Oh my God. Okay.
And also, the comments are just people that don't know who you are.
Yeah, that's true.
very
And I actually do have a vocal coaching appointment in May that I'm going to go to.
Really?
So maybe that will solve my problem.
What are you going to
I don't
focus
know.
on?
Just being like more normal. Just sounding more normal.
I guess we all need one of those.
I will say though, in
No.
working with you for a year now, I have never thought that, and I would not think ever that you need coaching.
Exactly.
for
And
your
also,
voice.
like, doing voiceover, all they want are unique voices. They don't want normal voices. They want unique voice. You have a unique, beautiful voice.
Oh my God. Okay, you're solving my problem by making me feel better about myself. Nice.
Yay.
Okay.
Good. Good luck on
Thank
your
you.
vocal session.
I will.
You sound amazing.
Oh my God, thank you.
Oh my God.
I
Come on, people.
yeah.
AIs are.
I think people are
They're
getting
scared.
messed up.
Yeah.
We can't tell what's real or not anymore.
No, we can't. Okay, we have our next person.
All right.
Josh.
Josh is here.
Josh Fleury.
Josh dressed up for this occasion.
He always looks good.
Yeah, but he's wearing a tie. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's his vibe.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. I've always wanted to be on the podcast. I just wish it was kind of under happier circumstances. So.
Oh, no.
Oh,
boy.
Yeah.
Oh, God. This is a heavy.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, strap in.
Okay.
Sorry if I'm gonna bring down a room. I've been working at Smosh for about 2 years now, like this month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least when I started freelancing. It's been great. I love all the stuff we do, the people we work with, but there's been one person on our team, who's it's hard to admit this, but they've been essentially bullying me.
Okay.
And treating me negatively, and
Okay.
it's tough to bring this up because I know he's this person's been working here longer than I have. They have a lot of authority. A lot of people here are really close with him. I know you're actually really close with this person, so. But it's gotten to a point where it's really affecting me, like physically, mentally. It's affecting my personal life, my work. So I just wanted to get it out there. So I've been getting bullied by Peter Ditzler. And
Swear to God, Peter.
yeah. You actually haven't said that in a while, so I think that's why he's been getting a little out of control.
Oh.
But pretty much, from day one, like when I first came into interview, he was at the front door of the building, and then he was like, "What are you doing here?" And
sorry, I'm
That
sorry.
sounds like something
Sorry.
Peter would say.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
And I was like, "Oh, I have an interview with Lisa," and he was like, "Oh, I'll be sure to let her know you're here." And then he closed the door and then wouldn't let me in for an hour.
Yeah.
But then, eventually I got the job after working like a few freelance projects, as Peter said, for chump change. And eventually we found out, Peter and I actually, some people know this, Peter and I actually graduated from the same college. We both went to Temple University. And
Wow.
when he found that out, he called the school and told them that I had forged a lot of my documents, and they tried to rescind my diploma.
What?
Wow. Because they trusted
yeah.
Peter immediately.
They did.
I'm getting fired up.
It's it's a lot of crazy things. I have a little short list of some things.
You have like 7 cue cards. The writing looks tight.
That's really,
God,
really
some of these,
tight.
some of these are a little hard to
Yeah.
revisit. Peter once stole my parking pass decal and my car got towed.
Yeah.
He told me to take off my mask when we all went to that pirate show because I looked like a soft bitch. And then that's actually, once I took my mask off, that's when I got COVID so bad I went to the hospital for a week.
Okay.
So this one.
Our little Peter.
Yeah, this one's kind of tough for me to read. Can you read this one, actually?
Sure. On my birthday the other month, people met up after work to celebrate. Peter showed up, his eyes glowing red. Clearly, he'd already been drinking for several hours already. I introduced him to my fiance, and he looked at her and said, "Why don't you dump this chump for a scrumptious hump?" Then he shoved me to the ground and beat me in front of her for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So he's not only attacking you, he's attacking your fiance.
Yeah, and she doesn't really look at me the same anymore after that. And
Sure.
when I asked, when are we gonna start planning the wedding, she's like, well, after talking to Peter,
After talking to that scrumptious hump.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is pretty wild. I've tried to get evidence, but for some reason, it's always when people aren't looking is when he comes. Like this was at lunch the other day. This is him on his way, to do what he usually does to me.
Yep, he's really
he's just walking up.
so
being
intimidating. He's
such
really
an
out
ass.
of line.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he's the only person at Smosh who consistently is smoking cigarettes inside the building.
He smokes
Right.
so many cigarettes.
Gotta stop him.
I'm
Yeah.
like, can I use the bathroom? And he's in there freaking smoking a cigarette. He does it all in one puff. He's
Yeah. No, the fire. He's setting the fire alarms off on purpose.
He's
Right.
psychotic.
If
Right,
the
right.
cigarette smoke doesn't, he just grabs it and
Well-
pulls the handle.
So I guess, I don't want him to get fired or anything or lose his job. I guess, one, I'd like him to stop, and two, I'd like him to understand that he's a bad person.
Right.
And
We'll
that-
get rid of
Yeah.
No,
the problem.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the local Harley Davidson and enlist the help of a biker gang.
You know their location?
Harley Davidson.
Okay.
And we're gonna take care of it.
We'll get rid of the problem for
Don't
you.
worry.
If you know what I'm saying.
Don't worry.
I appreciate that, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
We're so sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry, Josh.
And scrumptious hump, that's
awful.
His ego got way too big.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to say that from now on, but you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Josh.
Good
Thank
luck.
you, guys.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
It's
Literally, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
It's gonna be taken care of.
Don't worry about it. I'm from Boston.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Swim with the fishes.
Gosh.
Wow.
Peter.
Being a therapist is hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I can actually be a therapist because I would unfortunately.
No, you can't.
I laughed way too much.
You
just
literally
then.
can't. You can't be a
You
therapist.
beat me up for 8 minutes. I'm like, oh yeah, that's awful, man.
Big problem. Okay. Next up, we have Emily.
Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. Didn't say that in front of the mic. Super
my
professional.
God.
Thanks for helping me.
Well, we're so happy to have you here, Emily.
Thank you.
Tell us what's going on with you.
Well, you both are successful comedians and in successful careers, and
Are we?
yes.
Okay. Put that in writing.
I want to get back on dating apps, but the thing that's stopping me is that anytime I read a prompt, I overthink it. So I'm like, I don't know how to balance being funny. I don't know how to balance being flirty. Like, I don't know, what do people want? Yeah.
I personally think, I feel like people want someone who's authentic and genuine. I think that being too funny on those dating apps with like prompts might be a little cringe.
Ooh.
Interesting take.
Do you know what I'm saying? Only from looking at friends, like when they show me some of the prompts when I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. Okay. I can't help but think about them sitting there thinking about it forever and like writing it down and be like so proud of themselves. To me, Amanda, that's a little bit cringe. So I don't think you need to think so hard about what's the funniest thing.
Could you help me workshop some? I have some prompts here.
Hell
Could
yeah.
we, can we pitch? Can we pitch?
Yeah,
in the
Do
workshop?
you agree with that or maybe not?
I sort of do. I think dating apps are weird. I've been vocal
weird.
about not loving them.
Yeah.
But I almost think if for women it's the issue of there's so many shitty dudes that if you
Correct.
write something that's very authentic and real to who you are and you're like, oh, I wonder if this is going to like push away a lot of people. It's like, maybe that's actually the goal.
Filter them
like,
out.
You don't want to deal with all the shitty dudes.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
want to push them away and only bring in the people who are genuinely
Exactly.
into your personality.
That's
and
what I
humor.
think. Okay, let's see what we're working with.
So, okay, I'll fall for you if blank.
Okay.
Something fun, something. The way to win me over, blank.
Fart in front of me.
Okay. Ooh,
Okay. The way to win me over.
Way to win me over.
I don't think I'd be successful on dating apps. Let's just be real. The way to win me over.
Okay. The way to win me over. Wow. I think Amanda and I have met our match on this.
No. Please help. No. The way to win me over.
Yeah.
Okay. The way to win me over. I want to say something about like listen more. Like, but that's just like me being so genuine. Honestly, I'm still going with fart in front of me. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
See, I'm thinking if
The way
you
to
put
win me over, fart in front of me. We'll see what happens.
I'm almost, my head's going like, take away the prompts. I'm thinking, knowing you, like having some sort of Skyrim quote in there or something like that.
Literally, though.
I actually
can't wait
think-
to figure out what that is.
Well,
no,
funny you ask. I am wearing an amulet of Mara, which does mean that I am available for marriage.
There's your f***ing prompt. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, use a real prompt that you would say. You are naturally funny.
Oh.
Like, I can't come up with something that that is directly from like your heart. That is hilarious.
I know though Hinge has those prompts.
Yeah.
So you almost need
They're
them.
crazy.
They're They're
Okay, what's the
wackadoo.
first one? What's the first
I have a few of them. They're like dating me is like blank. Dating me is like a sad carnival that comes to that rundown Macy's in your town. It's fun for a few hours, and if you stick around, maybe you'll get something better out of it.
Don't do that. Wait.
Okay, we've solved one problem. Don't do that.
When I said genuine, do not do that.
No, don't go negative.
Don't go.
So
journal
negative.
entry.
No negative.
Go negative.
No negative comedy.
Do not. I think. I love self-deprecating humor.
Yeah.
But if it's self-deprecating, it shouldn't be like truly like. It should still show that you're very confident.
And do that in person. Do that in person so they can see your face when you're doing it because it's hilarious. But like, I would say, do something where try to elicit a response of just like, huh, that's fun. Have them like feel something good.
Okay,
that's what I would
that.
say.
Feel
rather than the Macy's thing. So yeah, we figured that out.
Yeah. Okay, we got that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still going with the fart. What else?
The one thing I'd love to know about you is...
What is the one thing you'd love someone to know about you?
Yeah.
Oh, or what I want to learn about somebody else?
I think that you should have someone who knows you interview you about this. Like, ask you this question and then respond first thing. And then respond second thing. So what's the answer to that?
The one thing I'd love you to know about me is that I really love my job. And that I really like put a lot of energy and focus into my job, and my job is important to me.
I love that.
I think that's
and I
really
want
important.
and I want somebody else who has like a similar, like, you don't got to care about, like, you don't have to be super passionate about your career, but there's got to be something that you're very passionate about, because I am drawn to passionate people.
That's great.
Dude, what are you talking about? You're winning me over.
Yeah.
I'm swiping left.
Very confident, thank you.
Right.
Is it right? Is it right? Is it right? Right means
You
good,
asked,
right?
You asked
Right
dating
means-
app advice from the person who hasn't used the internet since it was created.
I had a Gateway 2000, and I had a fun time on that.
Well, thank you
I
both.
hope that helps. But literally,
No, truly.
ask people that really know you well to ask you that prompt and come up with the first thing and then come up with the second thing. Write it down and be like, okay, it.
I love it.
And you'll filter out the idiots.
Gets you out of your
hopefully.
head.
Yeah.
Swipe right. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I meant to say. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Bo.
helped
Thank you. I'll give an update. I'll put the fart one on my profile, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Let's see.
If you really feel that. Oh God.
Oh.
Okay.
My
so
God.
Our next person is Angela.
It's Angela.
Angela Gianni. And she...
I'm gonna need some major help. Okay, so he's at the point right now. This is okay. Okay.
Oh no!
It doesn't stop. The sound doesn't stop. Okay. And the sound, it really. So I have to see if he needs burping.
Is the baby the announcer from SNL?
With a musical guest,
Kristen Wiig.
You shove a key in its back.
You know what? I actually am here for help because the help I need is like just a babysitter. So if you want to,
it's the moon card, but also it's chosen.
Yeah, his name is
chosen.
Yeah, his name is Cho.
Aww.
Cho.
Say it again.
Cho.
Cho. Why does everyone think that's funny? It's short for chosen.
Sounds like chode.
Yeah.
Choey? What about Choey?
Choey.
Choey?
I don't know.
Okay, so you
Why not
need to insert one of these and find out what he needs. Oh, a mother could take a
Wait,
break.
that's not how. So you insert a key card and to determine what the baby wants. I don't think that's how
motherhood
real
works,
babies
Shayne.
work.
Yes, it is. That's how everything's an app these days.
Can I say that we predicted?
I just need to take a nap. It's been all day.
Scott loves this sound.
Yeah, Scott's having a great time.
This is awful.
Do you guys mind if I leave him with you when I go shower? I have to go shower.
No.
Can I just say that we predicted a Smosh baby?
Yes, our prediction of a Smosh baby came true because this counts.
You have to be careful because it's going to give me a report of abuse at the end.
Oh.
Legit.
So at least if the report comes up, just be like, no, my friend Amanda is.
How often do you have
horrible.
to, like when I shoved the key in?
Don't put the panic key in. Let's try Shayne.
I did put the panic key.
You just don't have the
Here you
touch.
go, Shayne.
Maybe you just don't have the touch.
So what is your problem?
Okay.
Besides,
I need a freaking nap. That's my problem.
so you've been taking care of this baby for how many hours now?
Okay.
A lot.
So what have you learned?
I started this video out being like, motherhood's easy. And joke's on me. There's your clip. It's a lot because also you think when you walk around the office that everyone's gonna be like, hi, let me hang out. Everyone's putting their head down, being like,
Diaper change?
you gotta really jam it in there, Shayne.
And do you think it's
Wait,
because
I'm afraid of hurting it.
It's already hurt. I'm its mother.
I don't know. Is it this way?
I don't know.
So what's your biggest problem? Mine is having a crying baby consistently that you weren't sure you were gonna have.
I think it's just hard to work and be a mom at the same time.
Oh, amen to that, sister. Am I right?
Whew.
What's the
We thought
solution?
superheroes were in Marvel
solve the
movies.
problem.
No, they're at the home.
Hey,
He just had to look at him.
I just
Look at Joe.
just needed to think. I just needed to focus.
Oh my God.
Well, it's been great seeing you guys.
Wait, you're not done here.
Keep him.
Wait a second. Get your ass back here.
Do you need bud?
Do you guys have like a remote somewhere? Was this a prank?
No.
No, that we've tried to manipulate
So
it.
I guess stress does not help the baby because I was really stressed out shoving the keys in there.
What did you do when you looked at it?
I don't know. I just picked him up.
Oh my God. Shayne is reminding me of my dad. The babies will be crying and my dad will pick up a baby and be like, you just need to nap. And the baby will be like, take me, Lord.
Did you insert?
I was
burp?
the cards. I feel like I couldn't get the cards in.
Because if you put attention in, sometimes he laughs.
I tried to put attention in, but then gave up on it, and then I just kind of picked him up.
Look at Bubba.
Turn him around so we can see you with him.
Oh, okay.
And this
Maybe
is
he'll
also
start crying again.
here that he's supposed to have his little chosen.
Oh.
Yes.
There he
And there's his
is.
little eyes. He looks like Meghan Trainor's baby.
He kind of looks like baby geniuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, which he is because
Put
he's
your
chosen.
hand down, bud. Let's put your hands down.
Okay, well let's not.
Put your hands down.
So biggest problem is being a working mom and having a baby.
Yeah, it was just hard. I had to take a meeting for the games channel, and
Wow.
it's just hard to focus.
So I guess solving it is just having
Shayne.
Shayne.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at you.
Glad I solved this problem after failing
God.
at dating apps.
Wow.
Okay, well, thank you guys. I really appreciated it.
Shayne, it's like, wow, what an attractive quality. I love
No
it.
problem. Good luck, baby.
This is incredible.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
This is.
I'm scared to pick him up and he's going to start crying.
You just have calm
No,
energy.
you're gonna be fine. Hey, believe in yourself.
Thank you.
I think
Thank you.
just have well, good best of luck to you. You
Thank you
look
so much.
great. Like
so
you
much.
look great
Yeah, it's yeah.
for having a baby. You look
Yeah.
great.
Okay, Bob, we're going in.
Okay.
Oh, he's got a katana too.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, give
Yeah.
a baby a sword. That works.
There you go.
Yeah, art department offered this, and I said no because I'm a good mother.
Good, but then you just gave it to him.
No, I just keep it in here for bits.
Oh, smart.
No, as long as you parental supervision.
All right,
Bob.
let's see.
Oh my God, please start
Okay,
crying.
Bob,
That'd be so funny.
please start crying.
Well, there you go.
Oh, where are the keys? You have all the
Good job.
keys.
Yes, I have all the keys. Good job, Cho. Everybody give it up for Cho.
Joe doesn't.
Oh, I love baby Cho.
How long was he crying for?
That was our longest cry. And you fixed it, so
Okay.
I'll make sure to find you again.
All right.
Love you guys.
Love you too. Good luck with everything.
Good
See ya.
luck.
Sorry I
had
put my
no
feet on the
idea
table.
that you were
Yeah.
about to have a baby.
Out of everyone here, it's a wild choice.
Yeah, it is.
It's a wild
And
choice.
it's excellent.
A wild choice. Love y'all.
Love y'all. All right.
So calm now.
That is going to be one wild Smosh Pit video.
Well, at least we predicted a Smosh baby.
And hey, we got to mark that off.
Yeah, we do.
That's real. Okay. Next up, we have Matt Duran here.
Duran, get in here. Isn't it your birthday this month?
It is April 22nd, Earth Day.
Oh, the baby's
Baby's
crying again. Oh.
The moment she walked away from Shayne, the baby started crying.
Oh, yeah.
Shayne, did you know you had a baby touch? Anyways, what's
Good.
going on, Duran?
Oh my God, I've been dealing with this issue for like 20 years. I'm very excited to hear what you guys have to think.
I'm so glad we're getting this very cooked. Okay.
All right.
What's going on?
My dad is dead.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When did your dad die?
20 years ago.
Okay.
And how do you feel?
I feel okay, but I oftentimes kind of think, it'd be nice to have a dad for a moment, for just a second.
Right.
And then I saw the way you were handling baby Cho over here, Shayne, and it made me think about it, sitting over on their couch again, just like, there's that moment again of like, man, it would have been nice to be like, I could sit on my dad's lap for a second, like.
You're gonna make me cry.
Please, no, if you start crying, I'll start crying.
Well, I'll start crying.
Okay.
So are we saying that Shayne can't be the solution for this too? I mean,
I don't know.
You can always sit on Shayne's lap when you ask him. If you ask him and he says yes, you can. But
do I have consent to do that?
Matt, you have consent. I hope the chair can handle
That's on
both of
camera.
us.
That's on camera.
Come on over here, son.
Go ahead.
Is that an open invitation?
Yeah, Duran.
Actual right now?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's do this.
This feels like an episode where I can just chill, and that feels good for me. Wow.
How was
How do you feel?
How was work today, son?
It was good. I mean, it was kind of busy too, so I was kind of stressed out about that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like being. I'm just glad that I'm here with you now. you
Yeah.
know? I'm feeling a lot better.
Good. You're not getting bullied by Peter, are you?
Please say no.
No, Peter and I are tight.
Okay.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bully.
He told me I'm not a soft bitch. So
okay, I feel like there's
And people who lose their dads aren't they become really hard bitches.
What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab the video camera. And
Amanda,
just
let me
film
be a
this.
father here.
Okay, yeah.
for a
No,
second.
no worries. Gotcha. Go.
It's you know what? It's okay to be a soft bitch sometimes. In fact, that's important.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I do feel like I have become a little hardened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too hardened.
Probably. Probably. I mean, more hardened now that you're with Shayne?
No, I think I'm softening up a little bit.
Good. That's what we want. It's okay to cry. I think men need to cry more.
I totally agree.
And it's okay to cry about people that you've lost, including your dad.
Absolutely.
How do you feel now?
I mean, I feel really great to have that little moment.
Yeah, that was
like what it's like to sit on my dad's lap again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for just a little moment of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How do
of
we
course.
find more moments like that?
I don't know. Is it an open invitation to sit on your lap whenever I need it?
Oh,
or
I don't know the answer to that.
Sure.
Okay.
But let's find other laps.
Yeah.
That we can
Okay.
maybe ask for, because his lap might get tired.
Yeah.
That is true.
And in many ways here at Smosh, Ian is like all of our dad.
Yeah.
So there's also him.
And I heard his lap
But
is
I know
open.
yeah.
Okay. Maybe I could ask him.
Yeah, you should ask him.
I'll ask him.
Definitely ask
Yeah.
him.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, Ian's lap.
But we're here for you. I'm here for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Amanda's here to say all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here to distract.
Well, I need that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
well,
you can sit on my lap, maybe,
Oh,
okay.
sometimes.
great.
All right.
Well, I hope we helped solve your problem.
Yeah.
Cool. I was hoping for maybe you could bring him back fully, but
Yeah, that's going to take a lot more time and a lot more money.
Yeah.
And we have to do it at a full moon,
it's
man.
like a more permanent.
Yeah.
Tarot, right?
Yeah. Maybe at the full moon we can call him in.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to need a team for that.
Great.
Yeah.
I'll come back then.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get to work on that.
Yeah, we'll get to work on
cool.
that.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I appreciate it.
Duran, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Dad.
All right.
You're welcome, son.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Twice. I've been a father like a whole lifetime
You've
of
been
being
a father twice, and I realized I keep trying to help when sometimes I just need to sit back and let you take over.
I had a baby. Suddenly, my son was my age.
There's a lot of things happening.
I don't know
for
what's
you.
going on.
You got married, and babies just came in fast.
Oh, there's babies everywhere. All right, next client. Okay, we have Rock here.
Rock is here. Hi, Rock.
Hello, Rock.
How you guys doing?
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good, but I got a bit of an issue that
Okay.
I've also been dealing with my entire life.
Okay.
It's less silly than a dead dad. I'm
less
silly.
Less
silly is the word I would. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So, I'm kind of like in a cycle of feeling inauthentic when I want to promote myself and try to be successful. I do a lot of things outside of Smosh, outside of like my job, because, you know, I crave that success in some way. But whenever I start to promote or get in front of people's faces, it's like, hey, do you like me? Do you like this? Do you like me? Do you like this? I feel like a piece of shit, and I can't stand doing that. It makes me feel really fake.
I understand that completely.
I totally understand it too. It's easy for us at Smosh, like to promote Smosh, because I'm like, it's
because
a
we
place
have
I
Smosh behind us.
I work
right?
at this place a little bit. Like it's like there's like but it's hard to promote yourself.
Yeah, it's kind of weird too, because like it's also like my accomplishments in a lot of ways. I see the things that I do outside as I should, like my personal accomplishments. But it's always been kind of weird because as you know, a kid or whatever, I won state champ as a wrestler. My parents weren't there to see that. No one actually came to see that, so no one ever saw it.
Oh, there it is.
Graduated from high school, whatever, it doesn't matter. But no one came to see that. So I've always sort of like, you know, loved myself to the point where it's like I don't need anyone's recognition. But now I'm in a position and in a job where being liked and being wanted is your measure of success. And I can't stand that. It makes me feel gross.
Tough.
I completely understand. It also sounds like it has been going on for a while. You've kind of got to this place where it's like, I don't need other people in my inner circle to say that I am successful. But we do need that. We do need that recognition in order to be able to promote it in ourselves. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we need our inner circle to be like, damn, I saw that thing that you did, and that was all you, and that was fucking amazing.
Yeah, and I've built a tight friend group who does, like, you know, boost me up.
Yeah,
but it's like I've loved myself so much where I'm like, I come off as like real cocky now. Like I come off as like a real cocky piece of shit.
Understood.
But there's something like deep down in me. There's just like, you know, I work so hard on like a certain thing, or I'll take a year and all I do is focus on that one thing, and then I release it, and no one gives a shit. And then it's like, I want people to care, but also I don't want people to go out of their way to be like,
I also think though it's to a degree, it's like we are not our accomplishments and who we are separate things. So it's like loving your accomplishments and loving your hard work it doesn't necessarily mean that it's like, oh, I'm full of myself or I'm cocky. It's like, no, this thing that I love. Like, because I know, like, you and Andre made your D&D show, and like, you guys worked really hard on it. And it's like, it's really a cool thing that you guys love, and you're allowed to promote something that you love and talk about something that you love. That doesn't mean, like, by talking about this project we made, that I'm full of myself. It's like, no, I love this thing, and I love it so much, like, I want to share it with people. And
it's almost like I see it as like a little deal with the devil that we have to make in order to like get this out here. We have to be like, okay, I kind of got to do this feeling that's a little bit gross, but over time it actually does get better. And what I've learned is I kind of drop little hints as I'm working on it. That helps me push to work to it. But then also people are like, oh, I know that you've been working on this thing for a while. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
It's the anticipation. So I think it's like having the belief in yourself that like, I worked on this thing and people are going to come. People are going to see it, and I'm going to remind them. And it is a little bit of like, all right, devil, like this is a bit gross. This feels a bit gross for me.
Yeah.
But that's just because you just need to keep doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I get it. Yeah, it's still a bit of a weird gray area for me. Continuously putting it out there because there's always just that thing of just like, okay, it's out there now, and I'm still not getting
the response you want.
the response that I was hoping for. Not necessarily like I want it or I need it. It was just like,
your expectations.
okay, I did tell everyone about this. I did, do all these things or whatever, and it just fizzles every single time.
So
I jump to thing, and I'm like not hoping to like get people to like it, but it's like it's genuinely things that I love to do. But those things have to have people like it to be successful.
That's the gross part.
That's the gross part.
That is the gross part. Yeah. And I honestly feel like it's so complicated, but it's like I think putting so much effort on the expectation, if you maybe try a little bit to release that a little bit, you may be able to just do it and move on to the next thing and just do it because that's the weird thing. We don't know what's going to be successful. Yeah. We don't know.
It also speaks to like one of the things I hate most about just the internet and YouTube and stuff is that a lot of the best, a lot of my favorite things on YouTube have not received the recognition that they deserve. Like a lot of the biggest things on YouTube are some of the most garbage creatives, and some of the funniest, most creative works that I've seen don't get the views and stuff. Like, and but that's also understanding that the reaction to a work that's not the worth of that work.
Exactly.
Or how good it is too.
Exactly.
But it is also the frustrating part.
Yeah.
You're putting stuff out there. That is super, super successful in my eyes. Like, how do we release a little bit of the expectation to just for your own heart?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because that's exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very tiring. Yeah.
You're doing a great job.
That's the pain of an artist.
Yep. Bleeding. Always.
You're doing a great job.
But yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Anytime.
Right. Thank you.
I was really into that. I was like ready to go for an hour.
Yeah, damn. All right.
All right, our next guest is Trevor. Trevor, new Smosh member.
I didn't get a single clap.
Wait,
That's brutal.
hello?
That is
trying.
brutal. Wow.
Oh, Coney Island. Hey, there you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Trevor, I clapped for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
How are you doing?
Doing good. Yeah. Do you guys want to guess my problem?
Okay.
You got a haircut and you have a hat on.
Your problem is that the Smosh audience hates you.
Please don't say
They
that.
don't.
No, please don't say that.
they
I'm gonna have another
don't.
problem tonight.
They really
now.
don't. They really don't.
Wait, I don't know.
All right.
Is it
No,
about
I don't
cooking?
know.
No, it's pretty serious though.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm addicted to Fortnite.
Okay, that is a problem.
Yeah. It's
Not only are you, I have learned in these recent weeks how widespread in our office Fortnite is.
Yeah. It's
Literally everyone's playing it.
every time I turn on my PC, the little logo just talks to me like the Green Goblin mask.
You've abandoned RuneScape.
No, I've not abandoned RuneScape. That's just
Don't
my
talk to him
normal
like that.
daily routine.
What are you
like
playing?
showering
What are
for
you
me.
playing more of, RuneScape or Fortnite?
Well, what am I playing more of? Probably Valorant.
What the?
So you're addicted to gaming.
No, I can quit whenever I want. I swear.
Oh, okay.
Except Fortnite.
Okay.
So wait, you're saying you're addicted to Fortnite, but you're spending more time on Valorant and RuneScape.
Yeah, because I don't consider those problems.
Okay.
So it's a problem because you are thinking about Fortnite 24/7.
No, it's a problem because I don't want to be playing Fortnite anymore.
You don't? Why not?
I don't know. It's not good for my health.
Why?
Neither is Valorant, but it's like a different kind of thing. Why are you trying to pick me apart right now?
Because
you came here, man.
Oh, this is touchy. This is touchy. We have to be careful here.
It's not touchy.
We have to be careful. Oh,
I'm normal.
Okay. All right. We have to be careful here. Okay. So when did you decide that Fortnite is a problem? Did someone say it to you?
Well, I spent a long time, a really, really long time, probably too many hours trying to get the Peter Griffin skin.
Yeah, so did Spencer and Alex and everyone else.
Yeah, but not only that, I grinded to like, okay, because they cheated, okay?
They bought it.
They didn't buy it, but there was like a level exploit that they did, so they got a bunch of levels without actually playing the game. I grinded to level 150 all on my own.
And then you got it, and then how'd you feel once you got the Peter Griffin skin?
Awesome. Euphoric.
Oh boy.
It was great.
Oh boy. Okay. Well,
that sounds awesome.
No.
Yeah, it was awesome. See, I don't know why you guys think this is a problem.
No, it is a problem.
I don't even know.
You spent hours on Peter Griffin's skin? What are we discussing here? What are we talking about here? There's trees growing. There's mountains. There's the wind. There's flowers blooming. It's spring. What are we discussing? This is a problem.
You asked.
And we're going to talk about it, Trevor.
You asked whether or not how to quit Fortnite. You asked the advice from someone who didn't know about Harambe, about your Fortnite addiction.
I know what Fortnite is. It's pretty cool stuff, okay? There's a fort and there's a knight in it at once. So
what do you think? How do you think Fortnite goes?
It's really
How do you think a game of Fortnite is played?
So it's really cool. It's all these like demons from another place.
Okay.
And they're coming in and they are trying to, distract the other players so that they can storm the castle.
Okay.
And the castle's a fort. And it was built by a bunch of kids on a sleepover. Okay, so anyways, Trevor, this is why this is a problem, because you said it was a problem and we started asking you questions about it and then you attacked us and said it's not a problem. So I think it's a problem simply because it makes you cagey.
It doesn't make me cagey. Okay. I'm not cagey. I'm totally chill right now. I'm totally relaxed. Honestly, I didn't even think it was a problem. I was told maybe I should come on and try and get some advice, but I don't think it's a problem.
Who told you that?
People. I don't have to name names. Why are you trying to pick me apart?
Here we go.
I don't know why people here would say it's a problem. Literally everybody here plays it.
Yeah, nobody here told me it was a problem.
I would have.
I got other people.
Who told you it's a problem?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, I know. Got it. I understand.
What?
Guys, I live with a gamer, okay? I live with a gamer. Sometimes it gets really hard when you're like, I'm trying to have a conversation with you and you are in the underworlds, okay? Like, sometimes it gets really hard. Sometimes it's like, how many hours are you wasting on this game? Like, I am here. Hello.
This was all bait to get Amanda talking about Fortnite.
Wow, you fell into his trap.
I could hear you.
So you don't feel bad at all.
No, I don't even play Fortnite that much these days. I kind of got the Peter Griffin skin and then sort of stopped.
Okay, was I right about how Fortnite is played?
Not at all.
Nope.
Not even close.
Not close at all.
Well, then I can't wait to explore it.
Wow.
Let's play it. Watch my ass.
Awesome. We're going to play Fortnite now.
That'd be
Why do I feel like I'm in the hot seat right now? Why do you guys do this to me, huh? What is this? What is this? What is this? Men against chronically offline queen who doesn't know video games. I'm sorry that I lived. I'm sorry that I experienced grass growing under my naked feet.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry that I am a fairy living in a magical world. Go, Trevor.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
You are not welcome back. This seat can never hold Trevor's ass
We're gonna have so many comments being like, Amanda plays Fortnite now. 5 Nights at Freddy's is done. Fortnite is in.
I walked myself into a hole.
It's okay. It's I in no world do I care if you know what Fortnite is or how it's played. It's okay.
It's fine.
No, it's totally fine.
No, of course it's fine. I watch Tommy Lee Jones movies, okay? And that's cool.
I promise you, Fortnite is a million times simpler than 5 Nights at Freddy's.
Oh.
So you've played the more complicated thing.
All right.
Last up.
Oh my God. I'm
right.
so excited about this. Our director of Smosh
our
Mouth,
very own director is here.
Selina.
Selina, who has the
She has
1 minute left.
Yeah.
5 minutes left. 1 minute left.
Just so we don't forget.
Okay.
How you guys
Selina,
doing?
how are you? What's going on?
I'm good. This has been a great episode.
First of all,
this
thank
has been
you
solid.
so much for
gonna
helping us with Smosh Mouth. You
Yeah.
are an incredible director.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You've been doing everything
Yeah.
for this, for like a month, over a month now. You've been
Over.
doing all the notes. You've been directing these episodes. You've been running this whole show.
Yeah. And guys, this is my second job. I have another job.
I know. You also run the entire office, so
She schedules everything. What's going on?
So not me, but a friend.
No, sorry.
A friend
Friend.
was wondering how to make friends as an adult.
Ooh, that's a good question.
A
friend.
Yeah, a friend.
A friend, not Selena.
Okay.
Okay. How to make friends as an adult.
I've been thinking about this lately.
Talk to me.
I think your passions are a great outlet for it. I am someone, my passions, I'm very internal with them. Like I love reading. I love, certain shows, like whatever. But I'm very just like, like that's in my own time, my own thing. But I think finding ways to connect with the community of that is so great. Like I always think about that whenever I've gone to conventions of just like, oh, that's so cool that these people, they love a thing, but then they find ways to find other people that love that thing, and you find that community for that passion. So if you like cooking, it's like go to a cooking class. Like if you like a certain sport, like obviously like, go find a club that's doing that. Like finding those outlets to share something you love with other people, I think is such a great opportunity.
Oh yeah. Also, I feel like there's little communities everywhere. Simply like going to the gym. I feel like there are so many people who are like, if you see them all the time, like, hey, what's going on with you? Or going to like your local coffee shop, or going to the same bar or restaurant that you love, like going there and meeting the regular people.
But what if this person is like shy?
Yeah. That's why I'm not the gym. I've gone to the gym for 15 years. I have never made a friend at the gym.
Oh,
I'm friendly.
I don't know if I have like a sticker on my face, but people are always like, "What's your name?" We should get lunch. I'm like,
you're a very outgoing person and stuff. So I don't think you realize how much of it might be coming from you.
I get pretty introverted when I go to the gym. I'm usually like,
yeah.
So how do people become your friends?
I mean, I really have become friends with people through work a lot. The acting industry is where I've met most of my friends.
Restaurant industry.
That has truly been
improv industry.
That has truly been. I mean, this is truly a conundrum for me because there were years when I wasn't working much, and I did have like a couple of my friends that had been solid friends for a long time. But other than that, it was really hard for me. I had a hard time. But I will say, like, acting classes, improv classes were always the opportunities.
Big ones.
I think. And as a shy person, it's like, that's great because I'm here with them for a few weeks. So I get that conversation naturally happens, and then it makes it easier. I need to kind of put myself into those situations. And then also like that openness, that willingness and trust to be like, hey, as a shy person, I think a lot of times I have this thought that people don't like me or they don't want to talk to me, but going, no, most people are good. Or people are nice and kind, and they do like me and want to spend time with me and talk to me, and coming with that point of view, and then giving yourself those opportunities.
How shy is this person? Like, doesn't want to leave their house shy, or just really doesn't like doing group activities? Because that could be a thing too.
No, not like agoraphobic, but just, I don't know, like someone who's behind the camera.
Behind the what?
Behind the camera. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what can this person do to become your guys' friend? We have 1 minute, by the way, so you have 1 minute.
I think I know what's going on here.
I think I know. I think maybe this person.
You want to sit on my lap.
Okay, wait. We got it. Yeah? Is that an actual offer?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, God. What?
Wow.
What did I do? Do you want to sit on my lap?
Sure. Guys.
Wow. All right. This is all Selina wanted.
Yeah. Is this friendship?
This is friendship right here.
This is friendship because I know you.
I'm pretty certain Amanda.
Myself, I'm gonna walk down the street and people are like, "Yo, can I sit on your lap?"
Yeah.
You started it.
Selina, I'm pretty sure Amanda Amanda and I were your friends at the start of this.
That's what I thought.
I think for a lot longer than this podcast has been going.
Boo, you email me, you get in contact with me more than my mother. Like, come on.
That's true. We talk every day.
Yeah, we do. You were my friend.
Cool.
So this was for you, not a friend.
No, it's for a friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just randomly tonight get a knock on my door. Can I sit on your lap? I'm Selina's friend.
I'm Jeff.
Okay.
All right.
Love you.
Well, this has been Smosh Mouth. We have solved a lot of problems today.
Yeah, I kind of want to do like an update.
Yeah, we should do this again.
I think that we should do this again.
Yeah, we need to get Peter on.
Well, don't spoil. Guys.
Well, we
There's-
definitely need to work that out.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
bunch of people who submitted that weren't able to be here today, so
Okay.
there's going to be a round 2.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Round 2.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for watching. We hope maybe we solved your problems too. And we'll see you later.
Solved our own problems. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Smosh mouth, smosh mouth, smosh mouth.